Hey everyone, and welcome to a book review for Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. Now, Leigh Bardugo has written several books, and I must say Leigh Bardugo has become one of my favorite authors, and definitely one where I will auto buy anything that she has written. So I did read all the other books so far that are out. I've read the Grisha trilogy, I've read the Six of Crows duology. I read the individual books as far as like the Lives of the Saints, which is just about all the lives of all the various saints, and the short stories in Language of Thorns. I believe I read that one too. But I have thoroughly enjoyed this world. So this is the second book in the King of Scars duology. So King of Scars, a lot of people were very disappointed because it was alluded to be about the life of King Nicoli, which was a favorite of many, many people from the Grisha trilogy. The first book in this duology, so King of Scars, Nicoli is not all that prevalent. He is extremely prevalent in this book. So if you gave up on this series because Nicoli wasn't a dominant character in it, just go ahead and pick up the second one because he is very much prevalent and is a main dominant character. This one does follow multiple point of views. You have things from King Nicoli's point of view, you have things from Zoya's point of view, Nina from a monk, and I'm trying to remember if there were more. Let's see, yeah, Nicoli. And in this book, you do get a little bit of like Zoya is a general to Nicoli in this book. And so you do get Zoya kind of reflecting back on the events of the Grisha trilogy as far as what her thoughts were, what kind of happened, why, kind of how she developed into what she is now. So you do get more of that. I don't know, Zoya is pretty snarky and I really liked her. I think Zoya is my favorite character out of this duology just because of how snarky and sarcastic that she is. To the point that it's almost abrasive, but there's a reason for it, and you do get more of an understanding of her character development in this book. This one, I do feel like this was over 500 pages. I think at one point I said it was over 800. No, it's over 500 pages. It's 588, so I did get the 8 right, just in the wrong spot. Anyway, I don't know, I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. You do get to see a little bit more from, the Darkling is also one perspective that you get. So the Darkling does make an appearance in this book. Yeah. There is, one of the things is kind of like, for a character is kind of like a redemption trope or redemption arc, but that's very small in this. There is talk of forgiveness. If something can be forgiven from the past, can you forgive people from the past? And things like that. So you do get a bit of that. So like the thing with Nina in this, so you'll know from Nina was in Six of Crows, and a lot, so how she was loved and in relationship with, I believe his name was Matthias in the Six of Crows duology. She's very much prevalent in this duology as well. There is some queer rep because Nina, I will say this, there is a little bit of a budding relationship between Nina and another female. And so you do get a little bit of that as well. What are some other things I can say without going into massive spoilers? One thing that I really did like in this is it kind of brings both worlds together, or both series together. So you have the Grishaverse in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and the duology, the Six of Crows. They both come together in this particular book because you have, from King of Scars, even from the first book, you do have characters and references to the Grisha trilogy. This book, you do have some references to the Six of Crows duology. You have very minimal times, but you do have references to Brecker. You have references to, like, you know, obviously Nina is the most prevalent one, and Matthias. Inej, a lot of people loved Inej. She does make an appearance and a reference in this. But the previous characters in don't go into expecting to get a lot of the characters from the Six of Crows duology. Nina is going to be the biggest one as far as references to Matthias. That's pretty much it. Brecker does show up, Inez does show up, and some more from that group does show up, but it is very, very, very brief. So yeah. Another thing is, it's like one of the underlying arcs that you'll see in this is you have someone who you think is very good but has an internal demon, and it's like, can they control the darkness? Or is it going to overtake them? That even though they have this little bit of darkness in them, are they still someone that you can love and still someone that you can trust or not? And so you do get a little bit of that thread throughout it as well. But I gave it 4 stars. I liked it. I do think it could have been just a little shorter. There were times I did think it dragged a bit too much, but overall it was really good. And this is definitely something that is classic Leigh Bardugo writing. Of course, it is by Leigh Bardugo, but what is it that I'm trying to say? I don't know. I just loved it. I loved it. 4 stars. Again, Zoya is my favorite character. As much as I loved Nicoli, you do get to know about Zoya more in this particular book. And as Zoya's character developed, I loved Zoya more and more as the book went along. My love for the character of Nicoli did not increase, just kind of stayed the same. I still enjoyed Nicoli, still snarky and sarcastic, but Zoya was my absolute favorite character in this. So yeah, let me know if you've read this duology. Have you completed it? Have you only read the first one? Again, if you're just disappointed that Nicoli was not as present in the first book, definitely continue on, because very much more prevalent in this book. So that's going to be it for this particular review, because if I try to go into any more details, I'm going to give you some massive spoilers, and I really don't want to do that. So, but I do recommend this one. Again, 4 stars. I do recommend this series. It was really good and very well written. Leigh Bardugo's writing is really good, and I absolutely love it. So that'll be it. Until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I'll talk to you later.